famous Butch and Bob show here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. Morning, Bob.
Good morning.
Well, how did you like the barn last night?
Very nice location. First time I've been out there. Took me a while to find it, but I got there. I said, how far is it down 169? And they said, punch it in your GPS. So I punched in my GPS. It's out there. But it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Very, very nice out there. They had the
food was great.
Legacy banquet last night.
A lot of fun.
And
Good
we've
time.
got somebody in this morning from the Legacy banquet. Bob, introduce our guest.
We got the incoming president, Mr. Christian Groover. So I asked him if he could come in. He said he would be glad to come in. So first of all, congratulations on a nice event last night. I thought the chamber did a good job.
Thank you so much. I'm like you, Bob. That was my first time out there too, and it's a really nice venue.
They got a lot of weddings out there. I can see why. I mean, just gorgeous. I mean, it's
absolutely. But
nice,
yes,
nice thing to have here. Another Joe in Wayne County did it. You know, I said I've never heard of but it's nice to be out there. But the food was fantastic. I joke with Jason Weaver. This is my pet peeve. Been there for years. Everywhere I go, no one has a sound system that works. Again, the sound system that works. The microphone went dead yesterday.
Oh yeah.
So we couldn't record any of the speeches as far as introductions because it's just it's everywhere.
It's everywhere, huh?
I mean, the school system, they have trouble with their PA system. I mean, it's just something that's been for the last several years. I said somebody needs to invest in a great sound system and rent it out for all these events because they can make money. Because everywhere you go, the sound system doesn't work.
Goes out, huh?
Well, Bob, I've told people before that there's an old saying that anytime you work with children or animals to expect problems, I said those folks have never worked with a sound system because it applies to that too.
There you go.
So having, to frequently work with sound systems in what I do and everything, you're right. It can be a constant problem.
Anyway, it was a good event. A lot of good awards handed out. But you are the incoming president. You gave a nice speech last night. So I just wanted to get you in there, get your thoughts on the chamber. You did, what I thought was in your speech, you mentioned those of the past, the James Harpers, the Jimmy Sullivans, the Civil Lynn's. Wayne County has a lot of historic people that, as you mentioned, paved the way and gave great examples on how things should be done. So hopefully we can just continue to follow that legacy.
And we will. You are right. We have such a legacy to build on. And like I mentioned last night, I'm coming into this position realizing that I'm standing on the shoulders of these giants in our community. And so it's a humbling thing to think about. But at the same time, they've laid this foundation, and it's a strong foundation that we have been building on and will continue to build on. And like I said last night, in the next few months, there'll be a few changes that some of them we've already started to make. Some of them will take a few months to make, but in our board retreat back in May, one of the things that we realized is that we need to make sure that the chamber is prepared to help our businesses conduct business now and in the future. So, some of the changes that we've made already just are minor things like looking at our bylaws and some of the wording in our bylaws about how we communicate with our members. These bylaws were written when communication was primarily done through mailing out a postcard or a letter or something like that, and realized that there was some language in there that kind of hindered us from being the most effective. So things like that, because now, whether you like it or not, most communications or a lot of communications done through text, through emails, and that type of stuff. So just bringing some of that into line with the way we conduct business today. But also just kind of refining our focus to make sure that we are focusing on meeting our members' needs, and like I said last night, that we are providing them with opportunities and workshops and things like that, so that when they start to write that check for their chamber membership, they are saying, this is something that I want to do and something that I need to do because this is of great benefit to me and my business.
The chamber, if you go to their Chamber of Commerce office, if you go in the meeting room, on the wall, they've got a picture of all the past presidents. So we're going to see a who's who of Wayne County. That's a great thing. I mean, they got every president that's started from day one all the way to the president. So Mark Watson's picture will be up there now. He's the outgoing president. He did a great job last night with his speech as well. So and people understand this is a voluntary position. It's not a paid position. It's a community service. So hats off to all those people, past and present. So, but if you ever go to the Chamber of Commerce and go in that meeting room, you can see all the past presidents.
You can. I call it the Wall of Fame because in our meetings for the last 3 years, where I sit most of the time is opposite that wall, and I've had a lot of time to look up there and to see all of those folks and to study all of those folks. And these are people that you, even some who have been long gone from this earth, but you still hear their name come up time and time again, and that is because of the impact they have left in this community.
And the Chamber, a lot of times when people move into Wayne County, that's one of the first places they go. They go to the Chamber of Commerce, try to get some information, but like I said, the Chamber is all about promoting businesses and helping local businesses, and as they mentioned last night, a lot of the businesses, there is no chamber, there is
right. Right.
That's what it's all about, is helping the chamber membership, business people in the community, and it's just been a good organization that continues to thrive every day. So again, I know you got this challenge, but you got a good board to work with.
We've got an excellent board, and the other thing too is the goals that we are trying to accomplish. We cannot accomplish those alone, because ultimately what we want to do is we want to make Wayne County a better place, as I said last night, to live, work, play, and worship. And there's other organizations out there, the IDA, the Tourism Board, the DDA, and these are organizations that we can work in partnership with, and have been working in partnership with, and hopefully we'll continue to strengthen those ties too, because we all have a common goal. The old saying is, a rising tide floats all boats, and so we want to work together and be a partner in this with these other organizations.
Well, as I mentioned last night, Mark Watson joked that the city stole Carol Lopez from the chamber, but she's the new DDA director. Her and Dina have a great working relationship, so that just kind of helps the process as well. Her being from the chamber, now the DDA, that's it, working together, so that'll just bridge that gap where they have that working relationship already.
Dina and I had this conversation when Kara made the decision to go with the city and to accept this position, and we are so proud that she was able to take what she learned during her time at the chamber and to move into this new position. But sure, we hated to lose her, but we saw that also as a win-win for the city and for us, because we have it's just going to strengthen that tie for us to work with the DDA. But the Scripture says, "The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away." Kara moved into this new position. We congratulate her for that. But as was announced last night, Kara's position has now been filled by a young lady, Faith Teston, and we are expecting great things out of Faith, and just are excited about that opportunity now too.
Well, again, we wish the best of luck. You might want to highlight some of your comments from your speech.
I do want to, because this was the legacy dinner, and part of what we do there is we recognize those folks who are making an impact today. So I want to just run through the list of our award winners last night. Our Ambassador of the Year is Morgan Sale. These ambassadors are volunteer positions, but they are so vital in what we do at the Chamber and helping out with our different events. The Excellence in Agricultural Agricultural Award went to the Honorable Lindsey Thomas for not only the work he's done in this community, but the work he has done for agriculture in Washington during his time of service there. Our Small Business of the Year award went to My Daughter and Me. This is a business located downtown and is owned by Cindy Hughes and her daughter Emily Hughes. Our Business Leader of the Year, Mayor Jason Weaver from Scriven. And, if you know Jason, you know that he is all over the place and just is a great ambassador for the city of Scriven, for Wayne County, and put a little plug in there for their events this week for Independence Day celebration. And then finally, our Distinguished Service Award, the James Harper Distinguished Service Award, was awarded to Miss Shirlene Armstrong. And she has been also another wonderful ambassador for our community and just a great supporter of the Chamber. So I did want to mention those folks and just congratulate them again for their service and for being recognized at this banquet last night.
The news later today, like I said, we had all those, except for Lindsay must have snuck out to watch the debate because I looked around, he was gone.
Yeah, he left pretty
we'll have
early.
to get him in maybe one day next week on the Butch and Bob show. But like I said, he gave a nice speech. No one knows agriculture more than him. No one's done more for agriculture.
Right.
Like I said, I've been in Washington fighting for farmers. So, it was nice to see him there last night. I got a chance to talk to him, but when the banquet got over and I was interviewing, I looked around, I said, he must have went home to watch the debate.
Right.
He must have snuck out early. So that's why we don't have his comments from him as far as interview, but everybody else we were able to get. So they're on the local news today. So if you get a chance to tune in, you can hear those award winners. We had a chance to talk to them. But appreciate you coming in. Like I said, wish you the best of luck. Like I said, we always like promoting things that the Chamber are doing. Like I said, I think the Chamber and DDA now, like I said, I think that working relationship is much improved. And like I said, we say it all the time. We're all Wayne County.
We are.
It doesn't matter if it's city, county, whatever.
That's right.
It's all Wayne County. We're all in this together, and we all need to be pulling in the same direction. And when we're pulling in the same direction, everything seems to go well.
Yes.
That's when the fuss and the fighting starts. That's when things go awry. So again, we appreciate you coming in. Wish you the best of luck, and good luck in being there.
Who are the ones that will be part of the executive committee for the Chamber?
Well,
The different vice presidents.
That is one of the changes that we're going to be making upcoming. We realized in this process of looking at the way we do things that our executive committee was so large that a lot of the decision-making process was taking place outside of the scope of the full board, and so in the coming months we're paring down the executive committee and making it just about a 3 or 4 person committee that will meet as needed, and then coming in with doing most of our discussions, most of our planning with the full board to get full board participation in that. Now, we have changed the titles a little bit, and we're calling these task force now, Butch. And some of the ones I can think of off the top of my head, though, Keith Duncan will be our task force chair for governmental affairs. Aaron Franks will be our education task force chair. Cindy Hughes is going to continue in her role as business development. Caught me off guard there just a little bit with that.
Okay.
But just these folks will bring to the table a wealth of experience and a wealth of knowledge in these different areas. And not only that, but the folks that will be helping them with this as well.
Okay. I didn't know how, who they were, because, usually you're calling task force leaders now instead of the vice presidents in charge of each one of those organizations that have been going on for years and years in terms of the different responsibilities that the Chamber is involved with. And you got to have somebody in charge of that reports to the board and to you on what's going on in those areas and does most of the legwork.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And so when you're standing up there next year at the end of your year, because I've been there myself, what would you like to see accomplished over this next year? I know you talked about communications and updating that. Anything else?
The one thing that I hope, and we started this process, but the one thing that I hope to strengthen the most is that our membership, our constituency, will feel like that their chamber membership is so valuable that, like I said before, that they will want to write that check for their renewal. But not only that when new businesses come into town, when folks start asking questions, that they will say, hey, your first stop needs to be the Chamber of Commerce. You need their help, and that you need what they can provide for you. So that's the one thing that I would really like to see, is that our members feel that they are getting so much from their membership that they are eagerly recommending us to new folks and to new businesses coming into Jesup.
Okay. Well, good. Well, good luck. We look forward to having you on the air many times during next year on the Butch and Bob Show and other events that go on around here. The Chamber has really expanded out to these luncheons where people can learn different things that they do. The Chamber is really doing a great job for the community.
Well, thank you. Thank y'all for this opportunity this morning.
Okay. Take care and good luck.
I will do it.
All right. Stay cool.
Absolutely.
All right. 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. We'll be back more of the world famous Butch and Bob Show in a moment.
Here's your WIFO forecast.
Summer temperatures are heating quickly. Our high today will be close to 90, but it's the heat index. This afternoon is going to be 105 to 110. We will have a good chance of a shower or storm through the afternoon and into the evening, but the relief from the heat is very brief. Our Saturday brings a 60% chance of wet weather, otherwise highs in the low 90s, another 70% chance of showers and storms Sunday. I'm Georgia meteorologist Laura Huckabee in the GNN Weather Center.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties since 1998. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the local nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our administrative office is located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, and Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak with someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. We continue on with the world famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO. And Bob, did you watch the presidential debate last night?
I did.
You did? Well, I didn't. I was in bed by 7:30 last night. I was just wore out with all these problems we're having here at the station. I was extremely stressed out yesterday, and so I went to bed early. Now, I've read about it this morning, and, you don't hear any Republicans saying, we might need to take a look at a new candidate, but you have a lot of Democrats this morning from people that have been interviewed, they're Democrats, saying we may need to look at another candidate because of the way of Biden's performance on stage. Did you see that?
Seeing is believing, and we'll just say it as simple as we can. Sleepy Joe can't go 4 more years. It ain't going to happen.
Well, you see him in these little short things.
His family, somebody needs to step in. I mean, it was just sad to watch. It was painful to watch for a lot of people. And even people who were good friends with Joe Biden said it was just painful to watch.
Yeah, even if you're not a Democrat, you're Republican, whatever, you don't want to see that from the leader of your country.
And what's sad is all these people keep telling you that he's, look, he's 80 whatever years old.
82.
He can't
81, 82 in that area. Maybe 82 this year.
Right.
Something like that.
So, like they said, the good news is it happened in June instead of October. So, but I don't see him being on the ticket in November.
You don't?
I do not.
You don't think they can keep him propped up and pumped up for the next few months?
They were supposed to jack him up, didn't jack him up at all last night. I mean, from the get-go, he was just, I said it was just hard to watch.
Well, you see him walk off stage, on stage, and different things, and he just shuffles and moves his arm, his mouth stays open.
You know who he reminds me of?
When he's standing there?
Remember the old Carol Burnett show?
Yeah.
The character, Mr. Wiggins.
Mr. Wiggins, that kind of shuffled around?
Yeah, that's, his wife, his family, and he stepped in and say, look, you're not capable of being president. This is the president of the United States we're talking about.
The leader of the free world.
He's just...
Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you want a strong leader.
From the get-go, you heard about the age factor, but I'm telling you, television is a powerful medium, and seeing that last night and watching him stumble and lose train of thought, and somebody's got it. Hopefully his
But there's
family.
only 4 years difference between Biden
and
Trump. But
like I said,
Trump seems to be more energetic.
One analyst said it best. There might be that short, but it looked like it was about a 30-year gap.
About a 30-year gap, one analyst said? Wow.
The funniest part of the debate was them talking about their handicap in golf. That's
They're talking about their handicap in golf?
Yeah. Biden said he wanted to play Trump in golf only if Trump would carry his bag, and he kept asking him to carry it. So Biden said he was a 6 handicap, and Trump said that's the biggest lie that's ever been told in the debate. So I thought that was a funny exchange last night, arguing about their golf game. But I said it was just hard to watch. I think the Democratic Party's got it serious, and like I said, it's not just.
But who do you put in there? You definitely don't want to lose from California. He's about as left wing, as woke, as liberal left wing as you can get. That's what he's doing to California.
But what they were saying is that all these other Democrats that are going to be running in November don't want to be. It's a disaster.
Part of that because they may lose because
they're going to lose because of them. So
sometimes people just vote straight party.
I'm just going to make my prediction is that he will not be I think that's why they had the debate this early, so they could change course, and that's what I see happening. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say by the time we get to November, there's going to be a different person on that ticket.
Well, it has to be by the convention. I
understand, but
the only way it's going to happen is if Biden steps back, because he's already got the delegates. There's nothing they can do about it unless he steps back.
The Democratic Party, like I said, it's more than a position. They every Democrat you talk to, they don't want Trump. But if Biden's on that ticket, they all admitted last night Trump's winning. That's a given.
Wow.
It was that obvious. He's not capable of being there for the next 4 years. He's not. I don't know if he's capable of being there now. I'm telling you, it was hard to watch. It's like watching your I made a joke coming out of the barn talking to people. They said, "You go home and watch the debate." I said, "Yeah, but I'm one of those double haters." I said, "We can't find anybody younger to run for president." They're not. Think of your grandfather. I remember my grandfather. He was.
Hey, I'm a grandfather.
I know, but I'm just saying. You don't want him. You don't want him running the country. You have better things to do. It was painful.
I mentioned this before. When Ronald Reagan ran in 1980, he was 69, my age. He was 69 years old, and the Democrats made a big thing out of his age. He's too old. He's senile. They had ads of Jimmy Carter running up the stairs there at the White House, and just ripped his age. But 81, 82 is okay, apparently.
And the other point they made, I said, if Biden does stay on the ticket, you're basically. And Kamala's,
her popularity is way lower than his.
That's what I'm saying. Her approval weighting's
way lower than his.
Right,
his is low.
Right, so I'm just telling you.
Isn't it amazing? You got these presidents that come in. W. Bush, the last Bush that ran, he came in with all these big numbers and so forth, and went out with low numbers. You had the same thing with Biden now, and with Trump. It's just, you look at that and how that changes. Everybody comes in with all this enthusiasm and high numbers, and then after 4 years, or 8 years, it's like, woo, 4 years. it's just amazing how that changes because, you're not a miracle worker, but if you don't perform those miracles, people get upset with you.
I just say Sleepy Joe's got to go, and good luck finding somebody. But I think they'll find somebody. That's just my personal opinion. He's not capable of doing the job, and hopefully his family, somebody will step in and say,
well, it's going to be his decision.
I understand.
Him and Jill's decision. Like I said, he's got the delegates. If he just says, I'm capable, and if he thinks he's still capable,
I'm just saying,
he's going to stay right there.
Somebody's got to step in.
I mean, I didn't see it. I have just read stuff this morning about it. Biden was, getting on, convicted felon Trump and all his convictions and all that kind of stuff like that, and some of his policies and so forth. And Trump, and then Trump talked about some of Biden's policies. Biden's several bad things about Trump mentioned was the fact that the border's been a disaster, still a disaster. You got thousands of people coming over every day. You got criminals coming over every day. You got tons of drugs coming over every day, and then
it ran smoother than I thought it would. I mean, as far as they cut the mics, so
they cut the mics.
Nobody was yelling, with the microphone not off, which I thought for sure that's what was going to happen last night. I thought for sure somebody would have wanted to talk.
Did Trump behave last night?
I thought he did. I thought he kept his composure pretty good. But okay. I think he realized in the first 2 minutes, I mean, all you got to do is answer a question coherently, and you're going to win the debate.
It was funny when Trump. It was
just tough to watch. I mean, you got to go back and watch it. I mean, it was just.
Yeah, I will.
You could tell. I mean, and what was wild after it was over, all the political pundits, they got all those Democratic pundits on there, and they were just. I mean, they were like, "This is awful."
It was funny what I read this morning, and from what Trump said when Biden got through with his minutes or whatever came right at the end of it, he said a few things, and Trump came back and says, I don't know what he just said, and I don't think he knows what he just said.
Well, apparently they don't like each other. And
of course they don't like each other.
I mean, well, you've seen debates the whole time. Normally when they walk out there, they shake hands.
Shake hands.
Right,
it's just part of politics,
right? Exactly. But these two guys,
they don't really like each other.
They ain't shaking no hands. They're not. They're just. There's no nothing.
There's no nothing.
You can just tell. There's a lot of. We don't like each other.
Well, as an American citizen, we want a strong leader. We want as honest as possible leaders as you can be as a person in political office, somebody that looks out for all Americans, and somebody that world leaders respect and our enemies fear. And just hope we get that and so forth, because if not, I mean, it's just. And I was wondering if Trump was going to bring up the Afghanistan thing about when Biden was president for just a few months. He pulled all the troops out of Afghanistan. We lost a lot. We lost soldiers. We left billions of dollars of stuff over there.
That was discussed.
And we talked about that with Congressman Carter at the time. This is going to be the first step of Russia and China testing us now because they see a weak leader. And look how they've tested us over the last 3 years, almost 4 years now. And so both of them got in jabs. Both of them tried to make their point. But as you mentioned, there's no Republicans out there saying we need another candidate. But they are. You can read it from some of the top Democrats out there, and ones that are saying, we may need to take a look at another candidate.
The Democrats are in panic mode right now. I mean, they're panicking. I said, but all these people kept saying, he's this, he's that. I said, seeing is believing. That was the big test. Could he perform? And he failed miserably. And that's from every Democratic pundit who watched it. People that are his close personal friends on TV saying, this guy's got to go. He can't do it.
Ain't bad.
He's not capable of being there for 4 more years.
Okay.
So we'll see how it plays out. But
all right, what's the big thing going on tonight and tomorrow?
Scriven. Mayor was on TV at 5 a.m. this morning. JCO was over there at 5 o'clock, so promoting the big events. But tonight, second chance bands at the fire department from 8 to 10. Again, hot dogs and hamburgers and chips and drinks will be provided by the Scriven Fire Department. They'll be selling that. So again, all those proceeds go, so come hungry. And then tomorrow morning, the 1 mile fun run and 5K race gets underway at the Grace Community Center. Registration at 7, race at 8. And then after that, they go to the Dollar General store for the grand opening. And then after that, the vendors will set up, and they've got a full day of activities, kids zone, vendors, music, all leading up to the big fireworks show tomorrow night. And that is the best fireworks show around, anywhere around. They always do a great job in screening.
Always good.
Always draws a
Rain
tremendous
or
crowd.
dark. It'd be dark, but rain or you can't say
But
sunshine.
the fireworks are set for tomorrow night, and they're excited about a big day. And like I said, the mayor's excited. So going out there tonight, have a good time. Looking forward to the next day. Always good to see Second Chance Band, a bunch of local musicians, very talented group of guys, and they put on a great show. Looking forward to that tonight from 8 to 10, and then the big day tomorrow, and then the fireworks tomorrow night. So big event.
All right.
And then Tuesday, we find out where Tavion's going to school.
I'll mention who Tavion is.
Tavion Wallace, rising senior, talented linebacker, 5-star athlete. Every college in the country wants him. He's got it narrowed down to 5 schools: Florida, Florida State, LSU, Arkansas, and Georgia. Still keeping my fingers crossed that he comes to his senses, goes to Georgia, but
That's right. Go to the Classic City. Go be a dog.
I don't think it's
Sit on
happening.
that red and black.
I don't think it's happening. I can continue to pray and hope. Keep hope alive.
All right. Well, Bob, have a great day and a good time there in Scriven.
I will.
All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup, brought to you by First Southern Bank, Van's Barbecue, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn & Associates.